What's up guys, I'm Andy from 1A Auto. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace a front window regulator on this 2001 BMW 325Xi. If you need this part or other parts for your vehicle, click the link in the description and head over to 1aauto.com. To pull the switch out, you want to use something really thin. You can use a trim tool or a really small pocket screwdriver. Get in here, just be careful, you don't want to ruin the door panel. You can try to put your plastic trim tool behind it to try to prevent from damaging the panel. Get underneath here, get under there, and it'll slide right out. Just disconnect the connector, just grab it and slide it out. Take a trim tool, we want to take this trim off right here, just slide it behind here. Gently pry behind here, being careful. Pop this out, some clips, hold it on. Oh, this one popped out, but we can pop that back in. And with my trim tool, just get underneath here, take these little covers off, pop those off. Now I can take these screws out. There's 5 of them. I'm going to use a T20 extension and a ratchet. Can use a little magnet to get the screws out. Now I'm going to get a trim tool and we'll just pry behind the door panel. Just going to pry it out. You want to make sure you pry it out this way. Slide it off the lock rod. Beware those clips. That's why you want to slide it straight out. Now we can disconnect the handle right here. You just pry it up like that and slide it out. That's actually really easy. Take these wires off. You can use a trim tool. Get behind here. Pop these off. Disconnect the speakers. Just use a small blade screwdriver. And there's no lock on that, but there is one on this one. You just squeeze it, just like that. Now I'm going to put the window up. I have to turn the key on, roll the window up. The switch is in the center console. Put that up all the way, disconnect the key. And I'm actually going to disconnect the battery because I don't want to disconnect the airbag without the battery disconnected. In the trunk, you're going to have a cover over here. Take that cover off and loosen up this 10mm nut. Loosen up the battery terminal and disconnect it. Slide it out of the way so it's not going to arc out on the battery. Now after waiting a minute after disconnecting the battery, then I can take these bolts out. I'm going to use a 10mm socket, extension, and a ratchet. Take that last bolt out. I can slide the airbag module out. Disconnect the wire, slide it out of here. To disconnect the airbag right here, use a straight blade tool. Just get under here, there's a little lock. Loosen up that lock and then just gently pry this out and disconnect it. Now when you put this aside, you always want to put this down so that the explosive bag side is going up. You never want to put it down like that. Otherwise, if it does go off, it'll go flying. I want to remove this module, get it out of the way. I'm just going to use the T20 extension and a ratchet. Take these 2 screws out. Slide that out of the way. Now I want to pull this vapor barrier off. You can use some kind of a pry tool to try to peel this away, or a razor blade. Just use a razor blade. Trying not to cut any wires or any more of the vapor barrier. This will stick to itself. All right, so now I have to lower the window down. I'm gonna have to reconnect the battery so that I can lower the window down so I can disconnect the window from the window regulator. When I do that, I'm probably gonna get an airbag light on because I have the airbag disconnected. So I may have to go and clear the airbag code out after doing this repair. So we wanna lower the window down to where you can access the bolt. There's a bolt right there, and then one right there at the base of the window. So I'll use a 8mm socket extension and a ratchet to remove those bolts, and I'm gonna have a friend help me and hold the window so that it does not fall. Pull that out, and that fell. I'm just gonna use a magnet, grab that bolt. Slide that out. Pull this one out. And actually there's a nut that's on the back side that fell out, so make sure you grab those. Pull that out. And we should be able to slide the window up so that it's out of the way. Just slide it up, and I'm gonna tape it up. So I'll just use about 3 pieces of tape to hold it. That'll just keep it safe while we're doing the repair. And it should be good. Now we can disconnect this connector, push down on the lock, pull it out. There's 5 nuts I need to take out. There's one there, one there, one there, and then these 2 over here. Take those out. I'll use a 10mm socket, extension, and a ratchet. Slide this regulator out. There is a wire tie attaching the regulator right here. So if your vehicle has that, just cut that off. Just slide this down. Part can come out. And it's still attached right here. So I'll just squeeze that. Take the regulator and motor out. Now I can take these screws out to take the motor off. I'm going to use a T30 socket and a ratchet. With those screws out, just twist the motor sideways and slide it up. Just like that. Here's the old window regulator. Here's the new window regulator from 1AAuto.com. As you can see, the shape is the same, has the same mounting studs in the same locations. The assembly where the motor is installed is in the same spot. It has the springs. Get yours at 1AAuto.com and you can do it yourself. Take the motor assembly, just line it up. You just want to push these together, squeeze them with your hand, and then you twist it. Make sure those go underneath those little brackets right there. Get that in position. You take the screws, get all the screws started, and we can snug them up. Just take the T30 socket and a ratchet, just snug them up. It is screwing into plastic, so don't tighten it too tight. Just snug. good. Now we'll slide this in position. Slide this side in first. And then this back side. Line the studs up. Make sure you're on this side of the glass, closer to you. That looks good. And with this back one, line that stud up with that. Make sure you're in this hole, not that hole right there. Get the nut started. Get these other ones started. And I'll go back with a 10mm socket, extension and ratchet, and just snug these all up. You can transfer this piece over from the old one. Just slide this in position right here. It's gonna go through that hole. And then I'm just gonna put a wire tie on this one up here. Reconnect the connector, lock it in place. With the key on, carefully you want to position these so you can access where the bolts will go. So you can just move those up slightly. So I actually did not need to take these bolts out when I was unbolting the window. You could just loosen them up just because the window regulator itself is slotted. So that would be a little bit easier. Just loosen these bolts up, don't take them out completely. So I am going to take this tape off with my hand supporting the window underneath, or you can have a friend hold the window for you. Pull that down, slide the window down. Get this in position. With that in position, and I'll install these bolts. With the window in position, just take the bolt 8mm socket, extension and a ratchet, slide this in. That back one is started. What I used to hold the bolt in was actually a little bit of this adhesive that holds the vapor barrier on. I just grabbed a little piece of it, stuck it in the socket, and then I can hold the bolt in, just like that. Now I'll do the same on the other side. This one I have to slide the nut through and slide the bolt in position. Now with those lined up in position, then I can use a torque wrench, and I'm going to torque that to 8 Newton-meters. Those two window bolts. Now we're just going to reinstall the vapor barrier. Make sure these cables come through where they need to go. And the wiring harness. Get this lined up. A lot of times you can find like where the hole was for something, so that will line up with there, the bolt holes. And get that re-secured. Just like that. Take this module right here with this bracket. We'll put the screws back in here. We're going to use a T20 extension and a ratchet. And snug it down. Let's reconnect this airbag. Take the connector, slide it in position. Just like that. It'll lock in place, then push the little lock tab down. Slide that in position right there. Take the 10mm, these bolts, get these started. Take a 10mm socket, extension and ratchet, tighten them down. Make sure those are all tight. Now we want to reconnect the speaker wiring harness. Connect the big speaker, then we'll connect the tweeter. Right there. This wiring harness is going to slide through here, just like that. And then push this retainer right here. Make sure this wire comes through here, just like that. And then when we connect up this rod, this latch cable, we want to make sure that this inside latch is in the closed position like that. And then slide this in here, latch it in place, double check to make sure it's working properly, which it is. Slide onto the lock rod. Get everything lined up and just push it back on. Then we can reinstall the screws. Remember, the long screw goes right here, and then the short ones go in the other places. So shorter screw goes right here. Using a T20 socket and a ratchet and extension. Smaller one goes right there. And then also under here, under the armrest. All right, those are all tight. These little covers go on the bottom one. Just line those up. Push them in. This cover goes on top. Let's just pop this piece off here. Take a straight blade screwdriver. Pop this off. That can go right there. Take this piece, line it up. Get it lined up. Oh, there is two little tabs on the front of this, so get those in first. Take the mirror switch. Let's connect the connector. It only goes on one way. And slide it in position. Push it straight down.
Thanks for watching. Visit 1AAuto.com for quality auto parts shipped to your door, the place for DIY auto repair. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button.